Hey, we're Wilmah, and we're here chatting with Milky.
So Will and I actually grew up together in Buffalo. We were on the same Little League team. We went to the same grade school. We were in it was called Rock Lunch. So the band teacher, instead of it being just strictly orchestra, the kids that wanted to like play guitar and drums and sing like old rock songs would meet during the lunch period. So that's how Will and I started playing music together. And then we started a band in high school, and then Wilmah eventually happened.
That one had been a song of ours that we had been wanting to put out for years. The lockdown and COVID happened. We were kind of like, well, we really want to keep writing music. We felt like we were just starting to pick up some steam with playing shows here and songs. We had just dropped an EP before, and so we came into the studio one day. He has like a spare bedroom in his house, and we kind of turned it into a music room. We called it the music room. We just were writing that song, and it started out kind of as like a dance, like disco-y song, and we're like, this doesn't really feel right, and kind of took a lot of time. And then during that time period, we were listening to a lot of Casey Musgraves and Haim, and we were like, this is really like what we want to be. Like, we love acoustic-y like music, so we kind of just switched it up, threw an acoustic guitar on it, and it just sounded amazing. I don't know if you want to add to that.
Yeah, the song's kind of about how strange it is that you can go from being so close to someone and talking to them every day and like saying goodnight and knowing everything about them to all of a sudden not talking to them at all anymore, and they basically become a stranger, and it almost is like a death in your life, so you have to grieve it in the same way. So that's what the song is about. In the second verse, there's a line that's, now we're just strangers who have seen each other naked. It's really funny, it's really catchy. I'm proud of that. I guess I've always just wanted to make a music video that Will and I get murdered in. I used to make like really scary, disturbing short films when I was a kid, like horror movie short films, and I guess this was a way for me to do that as an adult. Yeah, and also Will and I kind of realized that the music video is a little bit kinky, and we weren't intending for that at all, but it is two like goth girls tying us up and putting us in a van, and we weren't anticipating any of that. But we're proud of the video. It turned out really cool. I don't really see too many people making music videos that they get murdered in, so I guess that's a Wilmah thing.
It really took us a while to figure out what we were really good at and like the best ways to go and like make a song. I feel like it really started with Dead to Me, when we just like kind of knew how the production was going to go, and just throwing down like acoustic tracks and just knowing like the general vibe. I mean, it took us so many songs that we got wrong to figure out how to do it right. Yeah, we've just been making music for so long. I think we started really in like 2018. Before that, we were more of like a indie rock, like very, very rock and alternative kind of vibe. And so we wanted to switch that up when we became Wilmah. So the first song that we wrote was very like indie pop, and just doing that more and more and more, it gets easier.
Yeah, I would say the way that I write lyrics is it's basically just a bunch of punchlines in the Notes app in my iPhone. We somehow combine them, and if Will and I like a song, we'll be like, oh, let's do something like that. And when you try to rip a song off, it doesn't end up sounding like that, and it ends up sounding like you. So that's kind of our process. We just take from a lot of different things and then use my punchlines from the Notes app to make the lyrics. We've just experimented a lot with genre, not in a crazy way, but we love a lot of different types of music, and so it's almost impossible for us to not let that influence the way we create music. So we try to incorporate everything we love into the Wilmah sound, and I think over time it's just become more identifiable with us and the way that we sound and come across both lyrically and sonically. So I think over time the Wilmah sound has just created itself almost. Wilmah Live is the best part of being a fan of Wilmah. Here, you can talk about it.
I think, just growing up, the first thing we ever did was play music live. We really just learned to play in front of people from a very young age. So doing that just really helped us. When we're up on stage, it just feels so natural and normal to us. We love to perform. We love to feel the energy of the people that come to see us, our fans and our friends, and we really just feed off of that. Kind of just go hard, honestly. We have a lot of songs that are pretty rock when we play them live, and so it's a lot of fun. We have a great band behind us that always bring the energy. Get drunk, yeah. There's always a 5-hour wait between sound check and when the show actually starts, so we'll just be at a bar just drinking all day.
So that definitely plays into the way that Wilmah presents itself live. We have the big show August 18th at Bowery Ballroom, and then we are going to release our next single called Doorbell, which is probably Will and I's favorite Wilmah song right now, / maybe ever. So we're excited to release that, and then probably play a few more shows in New York this year, and we're just going to hang out and make more music and hopefully release it so people can hear it. Bob Dylan, Father John Misty, the 1975 John Mayer. We'd love to do a song with Mallrat. There was a Stevie Wonder Greatest Hits album that my parents used to play that definitely influenced the way I hear pop music. Oh, I have a good answer for this. I don't know if you're going to have the same answer.
Call Me By Your Name?
I was going to say Lost in Translation.
Nothing? I don't know. I'm drunk by then.
Girls. Miley Cyrus. Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix.
There was that Sunshine of Your Love song by Cream with Eric Clapton. That was a lot of fun.
Mine was John Mayer when I was 12 or 13.
This is funny. I also went to see John Mayer, but it was a long time after that, and I don't remember anything before that. That's the first memory of a concert that I have, so I'm just going to say that.
I saw Twin Peaks at Webster Hall. That was one of the favorite shows I've ever been to.
Best concert? I can't even remember all of them. I have no idea.
Is it a Wilmah concert?
Best concert I've ever been to? Yeah, well, we have been at a Wilmah concert, so we were there. We were on stage. Yeah. I'm just going to say that.
Spice Girl.
Kind of before our time, so I never really listened to either of them.
You didn't listen to Backstreet Boys at all growing up?
Well, I mean, everyone knows those two songs by them, but I don't.
I listened to them a lot, though.
I don't like those songs, so I'd say Spice Girls.
Ice.
I cook with a lot of paprika, so.
How about Sam Fender?
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
MSG.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden, baby. There's a Light That Never Goes Out by the Smiths.
Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson.
We actually played a house show in Vinny Chase's old house from Entourage. What's his name?
I can't remember.
We did a house show there in January of this year, and it was only like 5 songs, but there were so many people there, and it was a great time. It's very memorable for me.
I'd say we played at Baby's All Right in Williamsburg back in May. That was a really fun show. That venue was also on our bucket list, so we got to cross that off as well. Drake.
The Beatles, maybe? Michael Jackson? Take it easy.
Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Maybe go see a doctor once in a while. I got a lot of back pain. Everything. Just, it's my whole life. I can't live without it. So it's basically my oxygen.
I wholeheartely agree.
Oh, this is a great question. I think the first, little rehearsal or recital that we had for our rock lunch growing up, just knowing how you could dictate the music and really just use your energy and put that into music, it felt amazing. It was something I had never felt before.
I remember I was 6 years old and I saw my cousin playing guitar, and I was so fascinated. I told my mom I want to do that, and then ever since I've just been doing it.
Wait, can I add to that? Also, maybe more, not add to it, but maybe redo it. Just when you hear live music, it's one thing, but when you get to be actually the one playing it, it feels incredible.